5 years ago, I made what felt like one of the most important decisions of my life. I moved away from home to start dental school, freshly 18 and out of high school with absolutely zero life experience. I was scared, confused, and excited all at the same time. I remember thinking 5 years was such a long time. That's half a decade. It's basically forever. But before I know it, 5 years have already passed. And suddenly, I find myself entering yet another chapter of my life. The truth is, dental school taught me a lot about teeth, but it also taught me so many things about life. That chapter has officially ended, but the experiences and the lessons I learned continue to show up in my everyday life. So today, I want to share some of these lessons with you. This is chapter 1 of Truths from My 20s, 5 life lessons I learned in 5 years of dental school. Lesson 1. No one is coming to save you. I learned this the hard way. Not only was I just starting dental school, but this was also the first time I'd ever lived away from home. I had just spent the last 18 years of my life in the comfort of my mother's wing, the safety of familiar routines, the warmth of the community I grew up in. And suddenly, it was just me in a small studio apartment in a city I've never been to before, learning how to do things for myself, day after day, month after month. And to be completely honest with you, it wasn't easy. The tail end of COVID-19 left me with a spotty uni schedule consisting of many online lectures and a lot of time alone. In the absence of structure, I struggled to maintain a healthy lifestyle, leading to negative self-talk that very rapidly seeped into so many other areas of my life. Soon, my studies suffered, and I even found it difficult to socialize with my friends. I then realized that I was the only one responsible for not only perpetuating but also breaking this cycle of negativity and resentment towards myself. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the way it has to stay. If you know what you want, or what you don't want, I'd say you're already halfway there. At the end of the day, it is your life. You're the boss. You get to call the shots. Luckily for me, things shifted slowly but surely. Uni picked up with more face-to-face lessons and social events, making it a lot easier for me to reintroduce structure into my life. Day by day, week after week, I worked on bettering myself, my mindset, my outlook on life. I watched my grades improve. I started to genuinely enjoy time with my friends. And most importantly, I felt fulfilled and hopeful about life again. So here's the lesson. The bad news, no one is coming to save you. But the good news, you can save yourself. And I think that in itself is a beautiful lesson I learned the hard way. Lesson 2. The people around you matter. We've all heard of the phrase, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. On the one hand, I was lucky to be surrounded by peers that I truly related with, as well as clinical supervisors who were genuinely excited for me to learn and encouraged me to improve my skills. I found that with the right crowd and the right support, a negatively perceived experience has the power to become a positive and enlightening one. And over time, as you compound these seemingly small positive interactions, you start to behave very similarly to those very people who instilled those values in you. On the other hand, I found that there were people who emanated a certain negative energy, whether that was through constant comparison or unsolicited criticism. And this sapped me of my motivation and made me feel down before I even knew it. But over time, I realized that these people could also be teachers in their own way, teaching you what doesn't align with you and what paths to avoid. The lesson? Life and dental school is too short to waste energy on relationships that don't help you grow. Choose the people you spend time with wisely. And if you can't choose in the immediate circumstance for whatever reason, learn to identify and stray away from what doesn't align with your values and goals. Looking back, the connections I nurtured are one of the biggest reasons I could survive dental school, and one of the things I'll carry with me far beyond these 5 years. Even now, when I'm faced with strife or uncertainty, I will try to channel the mentality and the positive energy of those who showed me it was possible to overcome these challenges. Lesson 3. True confidence is built in discomfort. You've probably heard of this one before as well, and honestly, it's almost scary how true it is. The first time you do anything in dentistry, it's terrifying. Whether it's your first patient, your first clinical procedure, or your first presentation, the initial discomfort is unavoidable. And in the beginning, it can feel like you'll never get past it. What does confidence mean to you? Is it a characteristic, or is it a feeling? I like to think that it's an attitude that you can develop and strengthen over time by showing yourself that you have what it takes to do it over and over again. In fact, Google's definition of confidence is the feeling or belief that one can have faith in or rely on someone or something. But what does this really mean? Confidence isn't about never feeling scared or unsure. It's about having faith in your own ability to handle a situation, even when it feels uncomfortable. It's about trusting that, step by step, you can navigate challenges and rely on the skills you're building along the way. In dental school, this meant trusting that I could grow into the dentist I wanted to become. One patient, one clinic session, one small win at a time. I remember feeling anxious before every clinic session, second-guessing my every move or decision, and questioning if I even belong there. I think a lot of us can relate to this very experience. It's what we call imposter syndrome. That persistent voice in your head telling you that you're not ready, not good enough, not capable. But here's the thing, confidence doesn't appear magically. It's not some affirmation that manifests with zero action. It comes after you step into discomfort again and again. Once you're able to turn an uncomfortable experience into one that helps you to reaffirm your confidence, once, twice, or 10 times, you can continue to do it as many times as you need. Lesson 4. Time moves faster than you think. When I first started dental school, 5 years felt like 5 eternities. I remember my first week, figuring out how to navigate the campus and adjusting to living away from home. Some days it felt like the hours dragged on forever. And yet, looking back, it all passed by in the blink of an eye. Somehow, years of lectures, clinics, late-night study sessions, and group projects flew by faster than I could process. Dental school taught me that if you want to live intentionally, you can't just wait for life to happen. You have to figure out a way to harness your time. For me, that meant slowing down in small ways, like starting a yoga practice, taking myself out on solo dates on my day off, and journaling as a way to reflect on my day and the choices I made. Time will move, faster than you might want it to. But while we can't slow the clock, we can decide how we spend it. And it is within your power and your intention to choose how you will spend this time in your life. Lesson 5. Mindset is everything. You might have picked up on a common theme in the lessons I've shared so far. It's not just about what you do, it's about the way you approach it. Your mindset sets the tone. There were days when I felt exhausted, behind on lectures, or completely unsure if I could handle the workload or even continue the degree. But I realized that it wasn't the tasks themselves that were the hardest. It was how I approached them. The shift in mentality made all the difference, choosing to see challenges as opportunities to learn, rather than obstacles to fear, changed the way I felt about studying, clinics, and even my relationships. It didn't make the actual work easier, but it made it possible to get through it while still enjoying the journey. Mental resilience is built slowly, day by day, one small choice at a time. For me, that meant reflecting on my progress after each clinic session, acknowledging my small wins, and adjusting my approach when things didn't go as planned. Showing up consistently, paired with a growth-focused mentality, was what shifted how I felt about myself and my work for the better. Your mentality can be your greatest tool or your biggest obstacle, so use it to your advantage. These 5 lessons didn't come to me overnight, nor were they always easy to learn. But they've shaped who I am today, and I'm confident that they will continue to guide me in the years ahead. If there is just one thing I hope you can take away from this video, it's this. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment to grow, learn, or try something new. At the end of the day, you and I are just strangers, and I don't have all the answers. But if this video made you pause and reflect on the life you're living right now, or the lessons your own journey is teaching you, then I'm grateful it found you today.